Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Thanks for your patience. We've been working on some other stuff.
Okay.
Your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson, is here with me at the courthouse. Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert. Your felony case is set for today. We dealt with the probation violation the other day. This is file 251643, People versus Keith Philip Caldwell. That's you?
Yes.
You got charged in this case with 2 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer.
Correct.
The complaint alleges that on August 13th, essentially you ran away from Jacob Gardner and Philip Hopkins of the Sturgis Police Department. That's charged as a felony, resisting and obstructing a police officer. It's punishable by up to 2 years in prison and a fine of up to $2,000. Prosecutor Robert has offered to dismiss those 2 charges if you plead guilty to a misdemeanor charge of attempting to resist or obstruct a police officer. That is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Mr. Robert, you confirm the plea offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agree, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Caldwell, are you going to plead to the misdemeanor offense of attempting to resist or obstruct a police officer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Or promise you anything?
No, Your Honor.
Now, I went through these just the other day, but let's go through it again to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Correct, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Gibson is representing you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, so let's go back to that day you were in Sturgis. And you were riding your bike down Virginia, and you knew you had some warrants, so the police tried to pull you over, and then you took off on them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then you ran, and then finally you ran out of gas and then just gave up?
He ran from police, crashed, and pled no contest. But just when the courtroom thought it was over, he asked one question that left the judge speechless. This is the moment that turned an ordinary plea hearing into pure disbelief.
They just chased you through town. You're in jail right now doing the sentence on the other case with the probation violation. Mr. Robert, you have any input regarding sentence?
No, he's already in jail, and it looks like he's serving a jail sentence that will keep him there for a significant period of time. I don't think this case would extend beyond that.
All right. Mr. Gibson, any input?
It's my understanding that under the defendant's current sentence that he would have an out date of approximately December 24th of this year. So I don't know if the court would consider a sentence that would not require the defendant to be in jail beyond December 24th. I believe that the defendant has whatever type of problems he was having. If I've represented the defendant before and in other cases, and now that he's been in jail for a while, he seems to be thinking more clearly, and he's a different person than he was back months ago when I was representing him on another matter. So I believe he's learned from this experience, and he doesn't want to be somebody who's a criminal who's in and out of jail. I believe he's a responsible person, and that he wants to just move on from the criminal aspect of his life. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Caldwell, we talked about this the other day. You're much more clear-headed after having been in jail for a while. And Mr. Gibson saw that, and I saw it too. I'm going to order 77 days jail credit 17, leaving 60 days to serve on this running from the police. I'll allow it to be concurrent with the other case. You've got some unpaid fines and costs on an old methamphetamine case, $95, but I'm not going to try to deal with that. I am going to order the minimum allowable fine of $125.
He took a plea, faced his sentence, and seemed ready to move on until the final seconds. What he asked the judge next had the entire courtroom stunned. Sometimes, the real drama begins after the verdict.
All right, good luck, sir. You had a question?
How does one become a confidential informant?
Well, I don't want to talk about that on the live feed. I don't know the answer to that. You can send a kite out to Chief Deputy Zuck. But,
Gotcha.
all right, I'll just leave that at that. All right. We just announced to everybody at Sturgis that he wants to be a confidential informant. Okay, that finishes our morning. Mr. Gibson, I'll wait to hear from you regarding Mr. Gregg and Mr. Loftus. We're going to have problems with Mr. Loftus if both of those CSC prelims go, but we'll